So if you guys are interested to join party here, most updated efficiency guide, the entire planet, then you can join my Discord server. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I'm doing this video, I have an efficiency guide. I have two gear guides. One is based on buying, the other one is based on enhancing your Caphras, mainly about the accessories. It's a difference of 600 billion at the moment. We make minus with enhancing. You can see it on this little icon here if you make plus or minus. So I'm going to explain you guys today just the gear guide, mainly the buying gear guide, because this is the most efficient nowadays. You know, we just got EDANIA, it's out since a week, and we already know the gear requirements for Cartian and Caphras, because when you run there to the castle and you interact with the throne, you can see already the new gear requirements. As I said, this is an efficiency guide, which means that this guide is based on spreadsheet data, clearly calculated, currency, monster AP per silver gain. When it comes to DP is more functional. Then when you need the DP, you go for the DP. Alright. I would say we start from complete the beginning. When you click on the channel, it doesn't look like this, it looks more like this. So this is in order. You start basically from the bottom to the top. And the way how this gear guide works, you click on a channel, you start from the top to the bottom, and on the bottom is a little thing which says here continue. And then you click on this channel, and boom, you're on the next channel. This is after season graduation, where it shows you Tuvala to 713 gear score. And once you reach 713 gear score, you can click on the next channel, and this one shows you 713 gear score to 777, which is the gear requirement for Jordan. So yeah, and it also gives you here a little notice with what gear you can reach that. So keep in mind, this is the debut gear guide, you know. In this gear guide, you buy all your demos, but you get already tri-tat Caphras in order to do the boss as early as you can, you know. Because for the next one, you will need the demos. So, however, we start from right at the beginning of this guide, which is new player guides. You know, as a new player, you don't have to quest forever anymore. You just basically start Mountain of Eternal Winter. As I said, this is an efficiency guide that shows you the best way to gear up and make progress in a very short time. Mountain of Eternal Winter, and after that you will have already your full Naru, Tuvala, and you can grind already Blood War. You get your pets, 2 billion silver, you fill up the requirement for Magnus questline. Then you start here as a new player. I have here a short explanation. Start as a seasonal character. You gain your first gear while following the main quest line. This gear is only needed to complete some of the quests where the ones to defeat monster. This gear is not for grinding, as I said, only for questing. Destruction Spirit Stone does speed up your attack casting speed. Then you get artifacts from questing. Next step is just you spam all the way through to Pen Naru, you know, so mainly your weapons and your armors. Below level 56 there's no Naru Awakening weapon. But don't worry, once you reach level 56 and you do the Awakening quest, then you get upright Tuvala gifted. And once you reach Pen Naru, you can just immediately exchange it into Pride Tuvala. You can enhance your accessories to try with the beginner Blackstones. You get these accessories at Fuga. Yeah, and then your gear looks like this. And now the most important is that you need actually 3 pens in your gear, the rest doesn't matter. You're not forced to go full pen Tuvala. Why? Because you get full 10 boss gear already gifted when you convert from the season. But the main reason you need actually an armor, necklace, and 1 weapon. It doesn't matter which one, just one of a kind. You need them to later enhance them to deck to receive something like a Pen Blackstar or a Tri-Foreign God Armor piece or a Tat Caphras, you know. This helps you in gear progression, and you should do this already, prepare already early on. Here's some stones where you have 100% success rate on enhancing a Tuvala piece. Alright, then we click on continue, then we go into the next channel, which is still early game. So I do define early game, mid game, and end game difference since we have new gear scores. Alright, yeah, you reach level 60 in a season, you graduate and replace your gear with this box. Then you should still focus on this, what is completely for free, so complete all your adventure logs and quest lines. If you need a guide how to do them, I do have here in the new player guide section actually how to do the 10th anniversary journal, how to do Zaka Barrier of Infestation, how to do Igor Batali, and this is for 100,000 Argus. And the rest is kind of irrelevant, maybe Heralds for enhancing later. Then the next, after season graduation and getting a free rewards, you focus on your first pen Capucia necklace. I mean, you get this basically from graduating from a season. You gain a Fuga Setter reward, and then you just go to Fuga and exchange it to the necklace. Then you get another Tri-Capucia, you get the earring for a little bit more DP, you get 2 free pen armor. This one gives you the best stats, and I absolutely recommend them to go like gloves and armor first. You get a free pen and Ted Blackstar. Here's also a recommendation in which weapon slots you should put them. Class-wise, we have Ascension classes that do not have a succession, and they're always basically playing in Awakening mode, but Awakening mode doesn't mean always Awakening mode, like you mainly play on your main hand on classes like Dead Eye Wukong. Scholar is more like a 50-50 class, you know, but the first pen Blackstar you want on Scholar is, of course, the main hand. Yeah, she has no other choice than doing this, but offhand always the Ted Blackstar. Yeah, the next gear upgrade 2 Kabua artifacts, because they give you 40 monster damage reduction, and when you have this gear you can grind already Hongnam base. So then you replace your Tet Tsaka into a Tet Blackstar. Now why do you go here for Tet Blackstar and not for a Pen Blackstar from the deck Tuvala? I do have a simple explanation here. I might look a little bit complicated for you guys, but for everyone who wants to know that, this is my quick maths channel, so in this one I show some things which is worth to do, which is not worth to do. This is just an overall cost overview, and in here I do also show if it's worth, if it's not worth. So here we have the deck Tuvala into Pen Blackstar plus Pen Blackstar. This is Tet Blackstar plus Pen Sovereign. This is the reason why I definitely say you want the Pen Sovereign. So this first part is the most important part. This is from my gear progression guide, and this is what usually new players do wrong. This is completely wrong. 2 Pen Blackstars is absolutely a, like, cost-wise, like the silver amount that you need in the beginning compared to after Jordan boss, because the moment you usually go for a Pen Blackstar in your main hand slot when you main Awakening, or let's say you main Succession and the Awakening slot is your secondary and you don't main it, monster damage is calculated differently. So it's only 30% of your sheet AP, and you get the hidden stats like the monster AP below and the special tag, you get them full. But as I said, sheet AP is only 30%, and that's why it's actually 57.2 billion a waste of silver if you go Pen Blackstar plus Pen Blackstar, because this number is what matters here. This is the total monster AP that you gain from upgrading from a Tet Saka to a Tet Blackstar. You know, this is what I recommend in the gear guide, and it's only 173 million per monster AP, basically. So then here later for the Pen Sovereign Awakening, the weapon you main, plus Gamut. The Gamut is currently for free, so we don't calculate in that. Here I do recommend, so those are the builds. Here I recommend to do the Tuvala thing, and you gain a total of 95 monster AP, and per monster AP it's 1 billion silver. Then when you go and look at this step here, Pen Blackstar, main hand you don't main. If you do this right at the beginning, it will cost you, it gives you more monster AP gain, right? But it also costs you way more silver per monster AP. So you can see here that this number is definitely way higher than this number per monster AP, and later when you go for your Pen Sovereign Awakening, that this number here is definitely higher than this number. These 57 billion, you get them back by the moment you go for a Pen Blackstar main hand, but you only get this main hand after you meet the gear requirements for the Jordan boss. So the most efficient place where you get this main hand is after 777 gear score. Yeah. So after 350 and 427, you want that Pen Blackstar. That's why. Next step, after the Tet Blackstar, you want a Khan cert. Here you have to do only a weekly of 3 weeks. This is definitely more efficient than Arthur's Power Stone. Why? Because Arthur's Power Stone requires you to do a quest line of 4 hours in total, and the Khan is only merged 3 times for 5 to 10 minutes into a guild every Sunday, and in these 4 hours you can better just go and grind. And you don't need the Khan cert immediately anyways, since it only gives you 2 AP, and the attack casting speed is exactly the same stats as your destruction spirit stone as this one, so you can stay with this one. It's only the sheet AP where you get the profit out of Arcan compared to that purple stone, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter if you take 3 weeks for it because you don't need it immediately. I mean, yeah. And that Arthur's Power Stone, I mean 1 AP for 4 hours of questing. In this 4 hours you can better grind Hongnam base and make like 5 billion than doing a quest line. I just find it more efficient, is my opinion. Next step is try Carousel on ring and earring slots. So you actually go for Carousels here. On the earrings, you leave them on try. Then you convert a deck Tuvala belt. So here we come up with the first deck Tuvala. Why belt and not necklace? Because you replace the Pen Capocia necklace with a Pen de Borica, so with enough Carousel. Actually not efficient to have a step in between them. But the next is Ted, Carousel, ring and ring. So you have Ted on the belt, Ted on the rings, try on the earrings. Not allowed to tap them. Why are you not allowed to tap them? As I said, it's 600 billion and minus. We don't want to waste money in this gear guide. The next are try Arthur shoes. Do not buy from market or save Panjatina. You get it from season, a sense of ace and armor, and hence deck Tuvala armor convert into silent Arthur shoes. I do have actually already a guide for that. I'm just going to like in the future simplify it, so it could land in the future into another channel, but I will always link the channel in here. Because it didn't show us any information about it, I assume it's the same method as getting the weapon. So we have already a spreadsheet here which will cost you an average 31 billion silver. The best ones are the Arthur shoes to exchange because the Arthur shoes are like the most expensive. The next one are Duo Labresca helmet. We are currently in a phase of the central market where enhancing and safe Panjatina are not worth at all. Even C10 Caphras cost you like 20 billion, and just to buy a dual Labresca helmet from the marketplace costs you like 17 billion, which is way cheaper than even a C10. So, and then on top of that, the flame sold out, cost 2 billion on top of that, and then to enhance it to duo, like we are talking here of a cost composition of at least like 13 billion difference. And this is why buying is definitely better at the moment. The reason why I recommend duo here and not buy try, you would still pay per try 40 billion silver, and it's still way too expensive. You don't get so much money in an hour in order to make it worth to buy try. Duo Labresca helmet, and to buy duo foreign good armor, and to buy duo Dawn's gloves. And for shy users only, Penatina Soul with the Sunset upgrade for the extra monster AP. Yeah, and that's it. Then you are 713 gear score. This is how your gear is supposed to look like. And then we go into the next category, which is you are welcome in the mid-game. With 713 gear score to Jordine. You have to start as early as you can to defeat this boss, to get your crystals. Because this is really like the... What was the item called? Shard of Edana. This is time-gated content to enhance this armor. You can start here from the top. The next is Weltsword. Can't sell it, whatever, with a Weltsword. This is the nice part about Khan. You can at least sell it, you know. At least on the NA server, people buy it. Yeah, the next is you buy a Pendeborica necklace. We exchange the Pendebo into a North Carousel. And you can put already a cup of Destinated Dawn on it. You just jump from 305 AP to 317 AP. The next one, you focus on a Pen Sovereign Awakening, which means you do your deck Tuvala into Pen Blackstar here. I also got a guide here how to do that. Then you just enhance this one to Pen. You get the garment for free, so 20 billion is settled. So the only thing for what you have to pay for here is 57.7 billion average. It costs you around 21,000 crown stones from base to pen. 317 AP to 327. And after you got that, making another Pen Blackstar. This time you did your deck Tuvala already, so this one was only once per family. And before you go Pen Blackstar on the main hand, it is more efficient to go Pen Blackstar on the offhand, since you get here only 30% of your AP. Alright, here I do have a Blackstar enhancing guide, which shows you how to craft it, what fail stacks, how much it's gonna cost you. A pen currently costs you 63 billion in average. Alright, after Pen Blackstar offhand, you make another Pen Blackstar offhand, because it was so beautiful to enhance Blackstar, and you go directly into a Pen Sovereign offhand from 329 AP to 348. I have here the best in slot Reforged Stones for PvE. So then you go into a Hex Sovereign Awakening, which gap brings you to 350 AP. After a Hex Sovereign Awakening, you go into Try Dawn's Close. So here we have another enhancing method. This is like outfit crowns, this price. And we have here complete new stones. I also got a guide for these new stones, how they work, how to craft them, how much it's gonna cost you. Here we have a cost overview with the new stones, and here we have a cost overview with crown stones. Currently we get a silent from the season. That's why the price kind of crashed of all tries and duos, and that's why it's currently more worth to buy it instead of using these stones. Try Dawn's Glows, try Foreign God Armor, try Labresca. It's not worth to sell duo buy Ted like it used to be, guys, because Ted is still very high up in price. Yeah, the next one you go into Velcups, and once you reach this gear, Velcup gives you DP. You're gonna be 427 DP with all adventure logs, full try, Vel's Cup. 350 AP with Try, Carousards, Tet, Carousard Ring and Belt, a Love Necklace, Hex Sovereign, and a Pen Sovereign offhand. And this one is still Tet. But this is enough, guys, to defeat your first Edania boss. Until this part is easy. It's easy to gear up. You don't have to do a lot, as you can see. Those are most of the time big AP jumps where you jump from 3.5 to 317, 317 to 327, from 327 with the 2 pen black stars into 348. Alright, next one. This is the way from Jordine to Rusalka. You're still in the mid game. This gear guide is from 777 gear score until 819 gear score. This is the step where you get the pen black star. Because you have already a Tet, you start off with already one Tet pen attempt, so it's gonna cost you the rest, only average 56 billion. Buying and finishing your accessories is a efficiency guide of buying. If you want to enhance your gear, it's also fine. It's just gonna cost you 600 billion more. I have the same efficiency guide in Carousel Enhancing right here. And with this amount of money per hour, it's no problem for you to actually buy all Devos, because they keep crashing in the market. They are not going up currently, they keep going down. Currently we have 155 billion for Pendevo belt on you. You start buying with the belt, then you buy the rings, and then you buy the earrings. Start cups after you have full north into Sep Sovereign Awakening, to Hex Sovereign Offhand, and to Sep Sovereign Offhand. So you could just basically skip this step if you want to get to this boss earlier. Guys, honestly, Sep is pain. I did pity this one. I know what I'm talking about. Then you go into full Ted armor. It's actually worth to use the Silent Primordial Stones. I know they're sold out in the market, but if you get a pre-order on it and you want to enhance them, it's fine. If you think it's really hard to pre-order the stones, then maybe buying. Once you reach Ted on an armor, there's not much steps between Rusalka and Enslar, that only the helmet and the armor, especially for PvE, because you gain per armor 11 the air if you just convert it. That's why as soon as you get Ted, and that's why you should start with the helmet and the armor first to enhance them to Ted, instant convert them into the new Sovereign armor. Your Ted on the Foreign God armor, instant convert into the new one. You don't have to enhance yet, because you reach already the gear requirement for Rusalka. And then you just enhance your Arthur shoes and your Ted Dawn scores. But this is a PvE guide, guys. It depends if you PvP. If you are a DP meme, the best is of course to exchange the shoes first and get the shoes first. If you like top frayer, then and you want the accuracy, because glows gives you 50 plus accuracy, right? Then you want the glows first. Like, it fully depends on the POV as a player, how you play this game, which armor you actually go first. But if you are like poor PvE, then there is always good, because new spots, they kind of hurt. I lost today 5 crystals. Then you already reached the gear requirement for Rusalka. This is the gear. And we go into the next section. So this one here, what's nice about that, the fact that I split up the gear guides is that you can click on follow and then you know exactly on what you have to work on, instead of endless scrolling how I did it before. That's why I did even split the gear guide into parts. Alright, then the next one is Enslar. So you are now 819 gear score and you need to reach 830 gear score for Enslar. This is the first category, exact the same as the enhancing one, because here you have already your nerfs. You go here for deck necklace. So This one is like equal now compared to the enhancing one, because in the end you have to enhance anyways. The next one we go, yeah, we start working on the weapons. So you get Oct first on the weapon that you main into the Caphras necklace. This is the moment where you go for a pen sovereign in your main hand slot. Isn't that crazy? So late. You get this after 380 AP before it's not even worth, because sheet AP it gives you only 30%. Alright, the next one is Oct sovereign offhand. After that, you work on deck Caphras belt, so you have Noth on your earrings, Noth on your rings, deck Caphras belt, deck Caphras necklace. Until then, you should have enough stones to get at least 2 duos. From deck Caphras belt, you go into Pry, Edana, Abyssal Veil armor. If you want to enhance the helmet first, you can do that. I recommend to enhance Pry, Duo. Pry first on the armor, then you go Pry on the helmet, then you go Duo on the armor, then you go Duo on the helmet. And this is how your gear then looks like. It's 385 Awakening AP and 445 DP. This fills up the gear requirement for Enslar. Then the next one, continue Enslar to Cartian. So this is the one which is not out yet, this boss. How do I know this gear requirement? Well, I was running in-game to that throne, and when I was there, I was able to interact with the throne, and you can see already the gear requirements of these bosses, and these are the changed gear requirements already. So I guess they will not change at all, and it's for real. You know, when you interact, you can see here it's 390 AP and 450 DP, and for Caphras it's gonna be 395 AP, which is the current max AP, and 460 DP. Yeah, you finish deck Caphras your gear at this point, and once you got that, you go first deck Caphras into Noth Awakening weapon. I will edit this later into here between. Into Edana, if Fury Stride shoes, you enhance them to Pry, Duo. Actually, one more DP, to be honest. So you go try on the armor. Yeah, 450 DP is unfortunately the next skill requirement for Cartian. But you can cheat here with Khans, okay? The only way to cheat here with Khans is that you only need 2 duo armors, 1 Pry. Right, let's go into the next. The next is Caphras. This is from Cartian to 855 gear score. So here you continue focusing on the weapon that you don't main, enhance it to Hex, into Noth Sovereign Offhand, into Deck Sovereign Awakening, into Sep Sovereign Main Hand, the weapon that you don't main, into Deck Sovereign Offhand, into continue enhancing your armors. In order to get that, you have to enhance your helmet to try, you have to enhance your shoes to try, you have to enhance your gloves to try, you have to enhance your armor to tat, you have to enhance your helmet to tat, you have to enhance your shoes to tat, you have to enhance your gloves to tat, you have to enhance your armor to pen, and then you have 395 and 460 DP. But you can cheat here only with an obliterating. Cancel does not work anymore. Why? Because it rips off 3 of your sheet AP. Now I come to the point why I say get new gear parts. I mean, look at this gear. We have purple, red. Purple, red. And we get an Alchemy Stone rework. That the next boss after Caphras is gonna be a Black Dragon Markthanan. There must be a new AP requirement. The current highest is 395, but I'm pretty sure there must be a new AP requirement for this one. So this is just a short information channel. Here you go, 8, 9, 10 on the weapon that you don't main. You know, this is just a short information. This is like a confirmed spoiler from the Hyderabad 2025. The Black Dragon and his role in Black Desert lore. We actually get higher bosses than Caphras in Edana Part 2. There must be new gear. I think we first will get a new Alchemy Stone, which will be purple grade, or maybe an Alchemy Stone that you can enhance like Sovereign from base to deck. I also do think that we get kind of a similar on the artifacts, because artifacts currently do not give any sheet stats. We have only 2 red. These are red, these are not purple. That's why I think that we will get new artifacts and we will get new Alchemy Stone, and we can enhance both of them to deck. And I think this is how we gain more AP than 395. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know about enhancing in numbers, what is worth. We have here a quick maths channel. Currently Argentinas are not worth. Yeah. You can here see some numbers and stuff like that, and how this gear guide got made. Yeah. Then I have here a face deck guide, how to prep a face deck, best is Origins, to be honest. Yeah, Tuvala to Blackstar guide, Tuvala to Carousel guide, Tuvala to Armor guide is in this channel. As I said, I might combine this one together with this and combine it into one channel. I'm kind of trying to simplify my channels here because we have quite a lot. Yeah, Blackstar Enhancing Guide on how to craft Sovereign Foreign God Armor Guide, how to craft all Foreign Gods, and how much it's gonna cost you to enhance them, stuff like that. Sovereign Offhand Guide is in here as well, enhancing costs and how the monster AP is calculated, since you have less monster AP on the Offhand compared to Offhand Blackstar, but Offhand is still stronger, to be honest. EDANIA Armor Guide is in here as well. Then we have, yeah, Main Quest Guide, what you get from Magnus Quest as a reward, more sheet AP stats, season speedrun channel. Then we have all adventure logs in here. And we have even more guides. This is a complete overview of the EDANIA region, of the new region, so you can see here all details and release dates. Then we have here Ozekia, Final Gladius. You still get this chest, by the way, with the hammers. New loyalty shop rework. Loyalty will be reset at end of the year. Rotarian Horse Guide. Shy channel. This is only PvE setup right now for cap crystals, snow cap. Combo wise Skeletons. In here we have currently an FK fishing guide, which is a min-maxing guide. Yeah, only confirmed fish lists and stuff like that. And what's the DDR, durability reduction resistance? This one is in work, so yeah. There's a guy who is min-maxing on work Imperium nodes. And this one shows you the nodes outside of Edana. This is not this does not include Edana. But this guy used to make 3.3 billion after tax weekly with these nodes, and I find it crazy. And he doesn't even like, he only sends workers to the nodes and he just get them money raw silver and just sells the stuff away. And I would like to say thank you for the support, and thanks for watching this video. And have a nice day, guys, and hope you stay healthy.